Today on Judge Mom.
Why are you accusing Mr. Roberts of ruining your life?
I'm suing Saul for $35 million for ruining my marriage and from gross negligence. He was paid to provide a car service, and he did all the opposite.
I'm reliable, professional, and discreet. I do not interfere in any of my client's personal business. I went to the location. His wife got in.
You don't double check is what you're telling me.
Exactly, I don't have time.
That's a point for him. You don't verify, you don't double check.
I knew where I was taking because he goes there all the time, but I didn't know that there was a mistress.
He knew.
You're a liar, you're a cheater, you're dishonest to me and to everyone else, apparently, who you've crossed paths with.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Sandy presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Ortega versus Roberts.
Thank you, Bailiff Delgado. So, Mr. Ortega, you say that Mr. Roberts has ruined your life and you're seeking damages for all of the acts that he's committed against you. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Roberts, it's your position that his claims are all false, and you have some evidence here today that you're going to show me to disprove his claims. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Ortega. Can you tell me why you are here?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I'm suing Saul for $35 million for ruining my marriage and from gross negligence. He was paid to provide a car service, and he did all the opposite.
$35 million is a hefty, hefty sum. What do you have to say for yourself?
First of all, I don't owe Mr. Ortega nothing, not a thin dime. My mistake is not his fault for his indiscretions that ruined his family. All right, I've worked hard for my business. He has been going around slandering me, giving me a bad reputation. I've come here today. I want this to stop, and I do not owe him anything.
So your position is he's caused you damage and not vice versa, correct?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I want to hear what happened because you're saying $35 million, Mr. Ortega. You're saying zero zip nil. So I've got a really wide spread here, gentlemen.
Well,
Can somebody help me bring the gap together?
I'm more than happy to do so, Your
And
Honor.
I'm more than happy to listen, Mr. Ortega.
Let me tell you this. This is an open and shut case, Your Honor. I set up
Finally, we get an open and shut case.
a recurring pick-up and drop-off car service with Mr. Saul's company. He was supposed to do so. I picked his company because it was discreet, it was reliable, and it was professional.
And why were you, let me stop you. I'm going to ask you questions along the way. Why are you so interested in the term discreet?
Your Honor, I'm a very important businessman. I deal with people of power. They need the discretion that I offer as a businessman.
Okay, so you're an important businessman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Roberts offers to be discreet. I still don't see the issue.
Well, it's not that he offers that. He has an ad, Your Honor, and I bring it to court where they proud themselves of how professional and how discreet they are. You have the
better
ad,
believe
Your
I am.
Honor, a
Okay,
TV ad.
Discreet.
Well,
Mr. Roberts, I'd love to see the ad. Would you allow me to see it, please, before you
Please do, Your Honor.
move on with what you have to say?
Thank you. I'm Sal Roberts, the proud owner of High Society Wheels. We provide black car service 24/7. We specialize in dependability, comfort, and style. And we enjoy being professional and discreet. High Society Wheels, delivering you in the excellence and quality you deserve.
So I heard dependable, reliable, discreet. Am I correct?
You are.
Very nice car service. Congrats on the ad. Very professional.
Yes, Your Honor, and that ad is as false as the artificial image that you saw there. And I have to tell you this, everything was working perfectly at the time, you know, for quite some time, several months. He was picking me up,
Several
dropping me
months?
off. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
For more than 4 months.
I'm going to take a note. Several
Yes, Your Honor.
months.
Until one day, Saul made a mistake. My wife, she had an emergency with the kids, Your Honor. She called him, and he goes and pick her up.
Can you
Is
let
that-
me, okay, may
is
I
that
talk?
true? You picked up his
first
wife?
of all, can we start with the basics here? Number one, he's questioning my business, okay, and telling me I'm discreet. I started this company a year ago. okay? And I am very proud of my commercial because I stand by that motto.
So you stand by the fact you're discreet?
Yes, I'm reliable, professional, and discreet. But I also...
Wow, 3 lies in a row.
Okay, yes, let me finish.
Okay.
Okay? But I also live by a motto. I do not, at any given moment, interfere in any of my client's personal business.
As you should not. But I need to find out why Mr. Ortega is suing you for $35 million. We're not here over 3 cents.
I'm sorry, because he's an idiot and he doesn't accept that he is one.
Wait.
I am sorry, Your Honor.
You're not playing by the rules.
You're right.
Gonna do
It's
it,
just
Your
that
Honor. He doesn't play by the rules.
He's a shady character, Your Honor. He's trying to pull the wool
Why
over
do
your
you believe
eyes.
he's a shady character?
Your Honor.
No,
He
wait,
is.
let's
He's a shady character.
Let's start
he
with the
made
premise.
a mistake. Okay, let me calm down because this is a
Yes,
law.
please do.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor. But
Your
it's
Honor,
just...
I'm
Yes.
asking you to let me tell you one little fact.
Okay,
very
one
important.
little fact, and I will come back to you, Mr. Roberts. Mr. Roberts, you claim to be, we said 3 things: professional, discreet, and reliable.
3 lies in a row, Your Honor.
There is nothing professional about
But I
telling him
didn't do that,
he's
Your
dressed
Honor.
to
He's
kill.
lying through
Your
his
cologne
teeth.
is amazing. If I hired a car service like yours, I wouldn't want you to tell me,
That's it.
Judge,
That's
you're looking hot
inappropriate.
today.
Introducing Mistakes by Nosey, the mobile gaming story app that puts you in control of your own thrilling adventure. With Mistakes by Nosey, immerse yourself in a world of thrilling choices and captivating stories. With hundreds of paths to choose from and new stories added regularly, you'll always have new mistakes to make. Download Mistakes by Nosey and play anytime, anywhere. Mistakes by Nosey, where every choice matters. Search Mistakes by Nosey in the Android and Apple app stores. Download Mistakes by Nosey now.
Let me tell you one little fact.
Okay,
very
one
important.
little fact, and I will come back to you, Mr. Roberts.
When my wife asked for the service, Mr. Roberts, his company was responsible to verify where and who they were picking and where they were taking it.
I agree with you.
They didn't do it. And that's the reason that my marriage is over and I'm
Really?
in a financial distress situation.
Really?
I'm going to partially agree with you. I'm going to agree that they need to verify where they take the passengers that they load onto their vehicles. But let me have Mr. Roberts tell me what happened.
Okay. Started this company a year ago. He was one of my first and one of my best clients. I'd pick him up on numerous amounts 3 times a week.
talks like the
I would
snakes,
take
Your
him
Honor.
to a location.
Do you hear that?
He would go, I wouldn't answer, I would not. I'd drop him off, I'd leave. That's it.
Lies.
What happened was that his wife called my service. She used the app. I looked and I said, oh, Damien needs me. That's strange. And then I said, all right, I'll go. I had another client to pick up, but since Damien was one of my best clients, I gave him priority, which I regret now. I went to the location. His wife got in. Found it strange because it was where I usually pick him up, Your Honor. I picked her up.
you remember that.
And I went and I asked her, is this where you want to go? And she said, yes. She was on the phone upset because one of her kids was hurt or whatever, and she wanted. We drove to the location.
Did you verify the location you were taking her to? Like, what is your
No, he
policy
didn't.
in terms of...
I don't do that, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Ortega, I
go
want to hear from him.
where the client
I
tells
get in
me
your
to go.
car and I say, please take me to the same location.
You tell that you do that on the app, or you
Same
call my
location
wife at the
where?
location.
So-
I value, time is an issue for my clients.
You don't double check is what you're telling me.
Exactly. I don't
Okay.
have time because they're on a time limit. They
That's
don't
a
have
point for
time.
him. You don't verify, you don't double check. Mr.
Your
Ortega
Honor,
is
but
right.
I don't
you
have
need
time
to
to
double
verify
Listen,
that.
We
Of
all
course he
have
needs
time to do things. You
All
just
right.
have to make the time. And this is important because this is your business.
As I was saying, I took Miss Ortega. She goes, what are we doing here? And I said, that's what's on the app. That's the location, the direction. And she said, she turned to the side, a door opened up. A young woman came out. She said, can you wait for me now?
Music, please.
I didn't want to wait, but she asked me, wait for me. 10 minutes later, she came back in the car crying, and she said, take me home.
Did you know where you were taking her?
I knew where I was taking because he goes there all the time, but I didn't know that there was a woman waiting on the other
You
side.
say he goes there all the time. How often does he go there?
About 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay, so she gets there, she finds the other woman, obviously.
Exactly. I took her home, And this idiot calls me and then I'm so...
No. Do you want to take a walk in the park with Bailiff Delgado?
No,
then
I
don't call him an idiot.
Because that's what he is with all due
Mr. Ortega, that's what he is.
Whatever. This individual calls me.
All right, we're getting
with
better.
the audacity to tell me, you insulting me, yelling at me, you ruined my life, you did this, you did that, next to my wife, and my wife, I had to calm her down and then all that. And I threw the phone at him and I said, man, get a life. You're crazy.
Why are you accusing? Let me ask you a really important question. Why are you accusing Mr. Roberts of ruining your life?
Because one thing has nothing to do with the other, Your Honor.
Oh,
Yes, it does.
wait. Enlighten me, please. I cannot wait to hear this legal theory that's going to come out of your mouth.
And you will see that this case is crystal clear.
Yeah, you're guilty.
Crystal clear. Are you listening
Okay.
to this?
You're guilty, man.
You wish, man. He wants you to believe that for 4 months, he was picking me up 3 times a week, taking me to the location, but he doesn't knew anything of what was going on. He knew.
How did he know? How?
Because he was, how I know, because when I get to the car lately, he was like, hey, man, I love your cologne. You're dressed to kill, hey.
Come again?
I can see that you are going to a
Wait a minute.
very important meeting.
Do you think I would waste my time?
I
got a wife and a home.
Shady, Your Honor.
Why would I waste my time telling this, whatever you want to call it?
No. Mr. Roberts, you claim to be, we said 3 things: professional, discreet, and reliable.
3 lies in a row, Your Honor.
There is nothing professional about
But I
telling him
didn't do that,
he's
Your
dressed
Honor.
to
He's
kill.
lying through
Your
his
cologne
teeth.
is amazing.
But Your Honor, do you
Hire
think I would ruin my own business? If somebody said that
I
to
don't
me, I
know.
would tell them, stop the car, let me get out.
I don't know.
This makes no
would hope
sense.
Not. I would hope not, because if I hired a car service like yours, I wouldn't want you to tell me,
That's
you're looking hot
inappropriate.
today.
Your Honor,
No.
I'm sorry that I'm being, it's just, these lies are incredible.
I understand, but your
lies.
overexcitement doesn't help you.
You're right, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes.
as I was saying before, he didn't conduct his business in a professional way. And I can tell you, I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm successful. I'm in shape. And this guy, he ruined it all.
And
everything.
And what is your point?
Now, my wife is divorcing me. And
Your
he
Honor,
is
let's get
suing
to
me
the point
for
here.
Your wife,
everything
I got
that
two
I have.
witnesses,
your
Your Honor.
wife is divorcing you and you're surprised and you're shocked.
It's not my personal life, my marital life that is in trial
I agree.
right now.
I'm here to figure out if Mr. Roberts committed gross negligence
And
and
he
he
did.
owes you $35 million.
And he did.
I haven't seen a scintilla of evidence of gross negligence as of yet.
Exactly, Your Honor.
What do you?
Do you
Your
have
Honor, I
anything
have
you
2
want to-
witnesses.
Fantastic.
Okay, in
Bring
fact...
the witnesses, please.
Okay, it's gonna knock his shoes off right now, because I'm gonna land him
All right,
somewhere.
all right. The introduction
I have his
is
wife, Miss
wonderful.
Ortega here, Miss
Wow.
Luz Ortega.
Come
This
on
is
in, Mr.
crazy, Your
Ortega.
Honor.
Please state your complete name, ma'am.
Luz, what are you doing here?
Mr. Ortega,
Are
what
you
do you think
crazy?
she's doing here? What evidence do you have that this is a mistress? Because you're not telling me anything
The
just
credit
yet.
card records.
What credit card?
You use a credit card to buy things for that lady, okay?
What is silk seduction?
This is not what is in
disgusting is
trial
what it is.
here. Luz, what are you doing here?
Mr. Ortega,
Are
what do
you
you think
crazy?
she's doing here? Coming by to say, hi, Judge Mom, how are you?
Your Honor, she's suing me, and now she is being the witness of the
She
guy who
has
needs to
the
pay me to pay her.
to do both things. So relax. Miss Ortega, can you please tell us what your full name is?
Yes, I am Luz Ortega.
And what is your relationship to this gentleman,
she wants my
Mr.
money.
Ortega?
There is not any relationship
Well,
with him. I'm
obviously there
divorcing
is.
him.
Legally, he's still your husband.
Legally, he is.
Okay. And how can you support the story that he was unfaithful and what Mr. Roberts did had nothing to do with his alleged damages?
Well,
Your Honor, I don't
My
see the
kid
point.
was-
Sir, are you going to let her speak or are you going to continue to disrespect her?
Would you just shut up
Miss
and let her
Ortega,
talk? Thank you.
go on.
I had an emergency with one of my sons, and Damien was out of town. So I remember that he was using a car service he was picking up my dad's service and he was dropped off somewhere.
How
He was
convenient.
using it for work. So I had the application to call that, and I did. They came, they picked me up. It was on time. It was, a normal situation.
You had an emergency with your children, typical mom, trying to figure out how to resolve it. You jump in the car.
That's
Mr.
correct.
Roberts says, whatever, you only hear same location or whatever it is that you heard in that limited moment. And where did you end up?
Okay, I was at the phone, and I was there talking, and all of a sudden, he stopped driving. It surprises me. I look at the place, and I didn't recognize where I was. So I asked him, why are you stopping here? And he said, because this is where I always stop 3 times a week. And I look at him and say, like 3 times a week? I mean, what is he talking about? I was sitting there, like trying to understand his words. And then I look, and I saw a woman opening a door. And things started to make sense to me.
Now everything is making sense to me too, by the way.
When I saw this, I said something is happening. All the red flags just were there for me. I was shocked. I went into the car, and I told him, please take me home. I have a map where it shows. I am very savvy at my computer, and I found all the routes that they were making,
Everybody
so
knows
I
that
have
was
that,
there 2
and I
times a
brought
week.
that evidence to court
Let's
today.
take a look at the map and see what was really
Your
happening
Honor.
here. Okay, that's point A, the first location. And here we go. And then we have the drop-off location. And this is the same location, exactly 10 miles away every time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Your Honor,
breached
that's
a
how I
contract.
find that he had a mistress, and then I went through his records.
Okay, but this just proves he went to the same location 3 times a week or however many times a week, point A to point B, 10 miles, address never changes. Now, what evidence do you have that this is a mistress? Because you're not telling me anything
The
just
credit
yet.
card records.
What credit card?
You use a credit card to buy things for that lady, okay?
So do you
You did
want to
that.
show me, Ms. Ortega, do you have it here today, the credit card statements that I can look at?
I do. I brought it to court.
Okay, very well. Bailiff Delgado, let's take a look. High Society Wheels. High Society Wheels. All right, restaurants, more. What is silk seduction?
This is not what is in
disgusting is
trial
what it is.
here, Your Honor. It's not me as a husband. He breached a contract, and he needs to be
keeps
held
saying-
accountable
Stop
for
saying
that.
things like that. I also have a DM. I
have
also
a
have a
DM?
DM. He sent
Wow.
a very disgusting DM to his mistress,
So let's take a look at that. And now
Nasty,
we're going to put
disgusting
the
one.
whole story together for you. If you had any doubt that you were a cheating, lying husband, she's here to prove different. Let's take a look. Can't wait to have you all over this. Wow, Mr. Ortega, you have really high self-esteem.
Well, I
if I
have
may
to
say
say
so
that I
myself.
was in shape when that picture was taken.
Can I remind you, you're a married man with children sending half-dressed pictures, and you totally disrespected this woman who's here. Why?
And for
Wasted
that,
our time.
I'm
And
being...
for that, you're asking him for $35 million.
No, Your Honor. For that, I'm being held accountable. She is divorcing me. She's suing me for all that I have. You know?
You know why he's suing him for $35 million? Come on, you've been doing this long enough for me to understand.
She's going to take it.
Of course she is. You're going to take him for every last penny he has, as you should. And now you need $35 million because she's going to take you for everything you have, so you've got to start from zero. So I totally understand why you're claiming gross
Yes, but it's
negligence.
unfair.
Why you
Your
want
Honor.
these outrageous amounts of
I'm
money.
sorry for
It all makes
interrupting,
sense.
but I have
Totally.
one more witness that's going to seal this fact
Another
and
one?
take this man's mask off.
Becky?
His former mistress is right here.
I was Damien's girlfriend.
Did you know Mr. Ortega was married?
No, I had no idea. Never wanted to go to his house.
But wasn't that suspicious, Becky? Honestly? I mean, you seem like a very nice person. You seem like a very honest person. But you can't be that naive.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
But I have one more witness that's going to seal this fact
Another
and
one?
take this man's mask off. I have Becky in here.
Becky? Becky,
His former mistress is right here.
Becky, what are you doing here?
Can Becky please come into my courtroom?
She's the real victim to all this,
Hello, Your
besides
Honor.
Ms. Ortega.
Hello, can you please tell me
Come
your
on.
full name?
My name
me
is
that.
Becky Rivera, and I was Damien's girlfriend.
You were Damien's girlfriend. Okay. And you recognize Mr. Ortega
that-
standing right
of
there?
Yes, I
I'm
do.
guilty.
Very much so.
Okay. So tell me what happened. Did you know Mr. Ortega was married?
No, I had no idea. Sal told me, and Luce appeared at my doorstep calling me the other woman, which it's one thing
Sal
enough that you
told
want to
you?
ruin your own
It's not your
family, but
place to
don't
tell
put
me,
my
man.
reputation at stake
I
too.
did tell her because your wife came to
And
my
then
business
everything started
and got
making
me
sense, Your
almost
Honor.
lost
The
my
reason
marriage.
why
You
he
see, Your
always
Honor?
had to come to my house, never wanted to go to his house.
But wasn't that suspicious, Becky? Honestly, I mean, you seem like a very nice person. You seem like a very honest person, but you can't be that naive. He never
Honestly-
takes you to his house, and it doesn't kind of light up an
Looking
idea that he
back,
just may be married.
That's
There
exactly
were
my
some red
point, Your
flags,
Honor.
but I wanted
Everybody
to ignore
here
them
is
because
super
I was in
naive.
love
We are
with
with the
him.
three most
Mr.
innocent people
Ortega.
in the whole Florida
You're the
state.
first innocent people
trample
here.
her.
You're the one who
This is
said that you
crazy.
haven't done anything.
Ms. Ortega.
You
You're the
know?
one that brought us here. Why don't you take
Order in my
responsibility?
court.
I was in love with him. I loved his mind as a father and as a businessman, but now, honestly, I'm disgusted. You're disgusting.
Well, I broke
You
with
are
you. What are you
disgusting.
saying?
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your time. I'm sure
Thank
this
you.
wasn't easy. I thank you for your time here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ortega. Same to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I understand this is a difficult case for you, and I thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Wow, well done.
Wow, we're done. No, you were done a long time ago. I've seen everything I wanted to see, heard everything I wanted
And I'm
to hear.
sorry I was
Honor.
And
disrespectful to you.
you're right. This was an open and shut case. You know what? You were right, Mr. Ortega. This is easier than I thought.
Your judgment.
So here
As
is
a
my
husband.
ruling. Mr. Roberts, you need to be more professional. You need to ask the right questions. You can't just assume people are going to jump in your car and go to the same location. You cannot. You
But it
need
was
to
on the app,
verify.
Your Honor.
Apps make mistakes. People make mistakes. Can I tell you how many times I've put in the wrong address? It happens. And I believe that you did not know that it was his mistress. And I don't believe that there was any malice in your actions.
That's all, Your Honor.
I don't believe
A slap
that you
on
wanted
the
to
hand.
ruin his life.
That's
I
all?
don't believe it. But I
don't
will
believe
tell
it, Your
you,
Honor.
you need to have policies in place to double check where your riders are
Thank
going.
you, Your Honor, but
Now,
look
as
at all that I've gone through, and I haven't done anything.
Understood, Mr. Ortega. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're dishonest to me and
going.
to everyone else, apparently, who you've crossed paths with. So there is no way that I can award you any money whatsoever in
Bravo.
this case.
Your Honor,
Bravo.
As a
you are
matter of
making
fact,
a terrible mistake.
I haven't finished. As a matter of fact, you will be paying Mr. Roberts
That's crazy, Your Honor.
$500,000 for ruining his
I don't have
reputation.
that right now.
his
Justice, thank you. I
business,
could buy another
and for
car.
bringing false claims to my courtroom. How dare you? This court has ruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. My wife is also pregnant, so that those $500,000 will go.
This is
in hand.
outrageous, Your Honor.